Last update 27,092,017 Mexico City, September 27. BERNAMANNAGENCIES Rescuers are unlikely to find any more survivors of Mexico's earthquake still buried in the ruins, and will cease operations to find them at the end of Thursday, Luis Felipe Puente, the emergency services chief, said. Tuesday marks 1 week since the 7.1 magnitude quake struck around lunchtime, killing 331 people, damaging 11,000 homes and leading to an outpouring of civilian volunteers to aid and comfort the victims. Puente, coordinator of Mexico's Civil Protection Agency, said that rescuers would continue handpicking through the debris at 4 sites until Thursday. "I can say that at this time it would be unlikely to find someone alive," Puente said, considering that specially trained dogs have yet to pick up the scent of survivors. 43 people were still missing, including 40 who may have been trapped beneath the collapsed office building in the Roma district of Mexico City, Puente said. One person was believed missing at each of 3 other sites in the capital. At the office building, relatives protested overnight, increasingly angry with the slow progress recovering their loved ones and an alleged lack of information. The week began with signs that Mexico was resuming its routine as the streets filled with traffic and more than 44,000 schools in 6 states reopened. But in the capital city, only 676 of the more than 8,000 public and private schools resumed classes. The quake, coming exactly 32 years after a 1985 earthquake killed some 10,000 people, delivered a massive psychological blow that specialists say will take time to overcome. Much of the nation's attention was focused on a fallen school in Mexico City, where 19 children and 7 adults died. Later on Tuesday, the top official in the municipality, where the school was located, was due to reveal documents related to its construction. That school was one of many buildings that prosecutors will investigate, Puente said. Roughly 10% of damaged buildings were constructed after strict building codes were enacted in the wake of the 1985 earthquake. The Mexico City mayor and the national government have already ordered judicial investigations to determine who was responsible for new construction that did not meet the requirements, Puente said from Civil Protection Headquarters, where a room full of technicians monitored seismic activity and tropical storms on an array of screens. In Mexico City, 187 people died in 38 buildings that collapsed. Mayor Miguel Angel Mancera said thousands of families who lost their homes in uninhabitable buildings would be offered 3,000 pesos US $170 monthly in temporary rent assistance. Rescuers pulled 69 people from quake-damaged properties, of whom 37 were still in hospital with 11 of them in grave condition, Puente said. Responders from 18 countries came to Mexico to help, but with the search for survivors down to 4 sites, most of them had gone home, with Americans and Israelis among the few to remain, Puente said. The Japanese contingent left on Monday. International aid was now focused on humanitarian needs, Puente said, with China providing large numbers of beds, tents and kitchen and bathroom fixtures for temporary shelters for the homeless. But the biggest contributions came from Mexicans themselves, who responded with so much food, supplies and volunteer work that officials had difficulty moving largesse from wealthy and accessible neighborhoods to the most needy. Puente recognized some deficiencies in coordinating relief efforts, but overall, he said, the government today is an international benchmark. BERNAMANNAGENCIES